Hi, folks. Um, it's me, Alec. It's been years actually since I've uploaded any video to YouTube, and yeah, it's been a really long time. I've been really busy. I've been working. I moved from San Francisco to Ireland and joined Larian Studios, and that's what I've been up to. So I've actually been working on games instead of playing games. I've been playing games too. Of course, I've been playing games, but I just haven't been recording myself because I've been tired and I felt like it was consuming energy. But I don't know. Recently, I started thinking about this again and decided, yeah, I want to go back to this. I've been in search of a bit of nostalgia for a while now, and uh, streaming myself or recording myself feels like a good way to go back through these old games. I'm thinking about Quest for Glory a lot these days because they are such weird games. The hybrid role playing side of things with the point and click adventure, and I've always loved these games, even though I played them in the wrong order. I played Quest for Glory 5 first, and then I think I got the collection of the first four games, and then played those in order. I think, but I probably bounced around a lot as a kid. I think that's what we all did. So I don't really have the hatred for Quest for Glory 5 that I think a lot of people seem to. When I look online, I see that there's a lot of hate for that one, but that was actually my first one, so I think I have a soft spot for it. Not unlike King's Quest 7. That was my first King's Quest too. So I don't know. I came to the game a little bit late, I guess. So that's what we're gonna do. The idea for this is to play through all of the Quest for Glory games. I'm gonna take a character from the first game all the way to the end game. So I'm going to import the character at the end of the first one, and he'll go all the way through the series. I don't know if I'm going to get bored of this. I tried to do this before, and it didn't work out very well, actually. Uh, I didn't even finish the first game, so and I don't know what went wrong. I think I just maybe I lost interest. But this time I'm going to try and stick with it because I just want to get to the end. It's been ages since I've played through these games. So this is not a blind playthrough. I have at some point in my life um, known how to get through these games, but I might actually stumble. I might not remember every puzzle as we're going through this. So, and I'm going to try to avoid actually looking anything up where possible. But if it gets frustrating, then I'll look something up. I am also going to be playing the VGA version. I didn't really play a lot of EGA stuff growing up. I tasted it. I messed around with it as a kid, but I didn't get into it. Okay, I think that's enough talking. So let's go. Let's see the. Oh, yes. So here's some good copyright law. Produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, programmers, musicians, lots of other hardworking folks. If you make copies of this software for any reason other than to make a personal backup, you are not only breaking the law. I don't know how well this is aged, actually, because I think at this point, no, it isn't abandonware. I'm playing through on the Galaxy version of this on GOG, so it is not abandonware, I think. Oh, by the way, you will need the information contained in the printed documentation. I don't think that's true anymore, but I guess we'll find out. I might have to look up the manual. So I'm just basking in the glory of that logo. Um, God, Sierra. I was a Sierra kid, not a LucasArts kid, so I played those more than I played LucasArts. I arrived at LucasArts kind of late to the scene, so I was playing Monkey Island when I was maybe like 13 or 14. But when I was younger, when I was like 7 or 8, I think 7 or 8, it was all Sierra games. But these are my favorite. I think, like, on reflection, I think Quest of Glory is what I like the most. King's Quest, yeah, cool, but these were really weird. They had a lot more choice in them than than King's Quest games do. There's a lot more game, I guess, to it than you would expect from a normal point and click. If you're watching this, you have played this, so I'm not going to try and bore you. So the idea for this that I tried last time was that I was going to role play. Should I watch the introduction? I suppose I should, but I'll probably just talk through it. I like the foreshadowing there that I can see my characters to pick in the background. And they stuck with this theme, this music theme, all the way through the series, actually, from what I remember. Yeah. So good. Yeah, the idea that I had last time was to roleplay, like, it's not really a role-playing game in that sense, but to actually think about the character's personality and do what he would do, because there is a day-night cycle. There's like stuff for him to explore, stuff for him to do. I don't know. It's not the kind of game that you should. It's not like a you know, really sophisticated role-playing game, but I thought it would be cool. And so I think I'm gonna try and do that again now. Okay. So I had some trouble. I was actually researching which class to pick here, and I still don't know. I'm terrible at making decisions. I'll just watch these animations again, see if I get psyched about anything. Like, clearly Magic User is the coolest of these three. Just based on like what looks cool and the sound effects. It has to be. But I know I won't see the Paladin content. The last time I tried this, I tried just a straight fighter, and because I failed, let's go with the Magic User this time. And we'll just stick with that. I think that is probably more up my alley anyway. Okay, now I don't even remember what these do. Like, I don't know what they all modify necessarily, so I couldn't tell you how to build like a min-max build here. Well, see, now I'm having regrets. Should I? Wait, what happened? Oh yeah. See, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should just start with the fighter, and if I ever do another run, I can do these other two. Let's do that actually. I'm gonna pick the fighter only because I think the hero is a bit of a buffoon. Like, he's a bit of an idiot, and I think a fighter with low intelligence better suits at least the early game. And I kind of want to engage with the gameplay side of this too. I've got a name already. This is actually what made me decide not to be a magic user, because Conrad didn't feel like a good name for a magic user. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with the points that I already have. Okay, so Conrad is a bit of a meathead. That's how I'm going to roleplay him. And so just looking at his stats, looking at his starting stats, this is something I like to do when I'm playing Crusader Kings 3, but like, he doesn't have any magic, right? He didn't train in magic at all, so he doesn't know any magic, and he's not going to learn magic for the whole game. That's just the way it is. Climbing, he can't do that. He's not agile. He can throw stuff, but he doesn't know how to sneak either, and I like that. He's not subtle, so no stealth, no picking locks. Magic is more of his mind. He does have a bit of intelligence. I don't remember what these actually modify, but I'm gonna put left click doesn't do any. Oh, that must subtract 5. I'm just okay. I don't think there's a way to do this in the VGA version. It has to be 5 points. If I wanted to give him magic, that takes me 15 points just to give me 5 points, which is like quite a lot. Do I even want magic? I feel like I'm gonna miss magic if I don't have it in this game. I feel like it's I have really fond memories of all the different spells. No, 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 no. We're gonna commit. We're gonna commit to the meathead. You guys can tell that I'm super indecisive about this. Okay, so we'll go through this one by one. Strength, I think, is just how much damage I do. That's what I'm expecting it to be. I think it's the most important in the game, right? I want to be able to do damage, but I know damage is split into quite a lot of things, like weapon use. I think also impacts my damage. Not sure, but let's put another 5 points into that just in case. I'm not going to put any points into intelligence. I think 10 should be fine, right? Famous last words. Agility 15. I think dodging is still something he should be able to do. But before I put any points into agility or dodge, because I think those are more stealthy, that's more of an agile character, I want this, because that's increasing my, yeah, that's increasing my health and my stamina by 3 points each. Wait. And that increases my stamina by 2 points. Yeah, okay. That's what increases magic points, but I don't think I want that. Do I? I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to just take some magic as well. Oh man. I'm so tempted. I don't even remember what this does, but I do know that if you have 0 points, then you cannot upgrade. You can't upgrade that skill at all. So ideally you have. Okay, it's back to the drawing board. Ideally, you put something into everything, but you can't do that. Okay, so I can't actually do that. Because I could learn magic, and then I could spend another 15 points on 2 abilities here. Climbing might be good. Maybe I just forget about stealth and picklocks, right? Because, like, those are dishonorable. And maybe I'll want to become a paladin or something. Picking locks does feel good as well, but this is going to be a long playthrough, as you can tell. Alright. Strength, vitality. We'll leave magic and climbing like that, just at the bare minimum, so I can increase those if I want. I'm not going to stealth at all. If I need to get out of trouble, I will run. I'll cast a spell. I'll do what I have to. Let's make him a little bit more intelligent. Maybe he's not a complete meathead. And yeah, agility 2020. And look, I will just raise these naturally. I don't really remember what they're for. Parry is like for like shielding or blocking or something like that. Okay, we are gonna go for a hybrid class. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if this actually means I can experience the magic content later on, or if it just means I can learn a few spells. But let's try it out. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of text in this game as well, so I don't know if I'm actually going to read this out loud. I guess I will, and we'll just take our time. We're in no rush. We're enjoying this. So let's start from the top. In Conrad's head, or is this a narrator? I don't know. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. Lovely little wall of text there. I'm just going to save this now so I don't have to create my character again. And we'll call it Sheriff, I guess. Or Conrad, the name of my guy. All right, cool. So this is the icon bar. I'm not trying to really teach the game here. Normally when I play these games, I like to look at everything first. That's how I used to do it. Schultz appears to be an affable old coot, content to smoke his pipe. There's a hardness behind his eyes, however, that gives you reason to believe that he's no pushover. But he's almost retired. Look at how he's sitting, belly out. There's more than a hint of ogre about this strange and bulky character. He seems cheerful, though. Trying to just look at the... Oh, yeah, there we go. Gosh, that's an authentic whamma blamma 3 scoops of mana. Hilarious, gregarious, floats in the areas yo-yo. Lovely. The sheriff's office doubles as a jail for the town and a hangout for the sheriff and the goon. I love it. I think if you watch him long enough, he shoots this up into the sky. Some kind of yo-yo trick, from what I remember. Yeah, here we go. Oh, and he bounces it off my head. I wonder if that's dynamic, actually, if it happens wherever I walk. Okay. This is the door of the sheriff's office. I don't think I can get in there. The door appears to be locked, and breaking into the sheriff's office might evoke the wrath of Otto von Goon. Yeah, this is just off limits. It's not a place you can access. Not much to look at. That's the default fallback thing. Okay. The ugly statue seems to be watching you. That's what I'm clicking on. The handsome statue seems to be watching you. Okay, so this one's ugly. This one's handsome. I clicked on this accidentally. There's a sign on the door of the barber shop. It says out to lunch. The sign of the scissors above the door indicates that the building contains a barber shop. Right. Okay. So, right. In a later Quest for Glory game, clicking the lips on yourself actually gives you different dialogue options. I don't really know why they did that way. But they did. So that's just the way it is. I was clicking on this to see if I actually came with any magic, and I did not. So even though I have magic as a stat, I have not learned any spells. So I don't really know how to roleplay that. Maybe he has a little bit of affinity for magic. Like his intelligence is 15. He's not a complete nincompoop. Oh, I wanted to walk away and see if that actually bounced in a different spot, but I guess not. All right, let's talk to this guy. So there's a lot to ask about in these games. So I'll try not to like spam the talking too much. So we start with the mountain. You should know you came down from there. I think the story goes that Conrad, the hero, he was studying to be a hero, and he's only recently graduated from the Adventures famous, I don't know what it is, some kind of correspondence school. He basically did like a mail order hero situation. So he got ripped off. It's very much like Guybrush Threepwood energy, and now he's here to prove his worth. So, and I think now that we're down here, it snowed behind us, so we cannot actually get back that way, and we'll see that eventually on the map when we go out of the town. Speaking of the town, this town was named after the barons of Spielburg. It used to be a lively place to be before the brigands came and drove all the business away. So we have brigands. This is the real problem. You can find a place to stay at the inn next door. You can learn about jobs available at the guild hall down the street. If you are interested in magic, you should visit the magic shop. There is still plenty to do and see here in Spielburg. So he's giving us a few leads there. This is the inn right here. There is a guild hall this way, I believe, as along with the magic shop. So we can check those out later. Let's keep talking to him for now. The Baron. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at his castle north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years. So, an isolated monarch. Magic. Just next to the inn is a small magic shop. The owner, Zara, will let you in if you have some abilities in that area. She's a strange one, all right. I think you can walk in even if you don't have magic. She just won't sell you anything. The inn? Go talk to the innkeeper. He will help you there. All right. The guild hall. The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a good place to go. Okay. It was fun the first time, Otto, but now... Alright, monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Right. Who is that? Wolfgang, down at the guild hall, is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Okay, I think you just said that. Right, okay. So some of these we've seen before. Cool. All right, and who are these brigands? There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed a merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. Who did they rob? The one who was robbed, he's staying at the inn, I believe. And I think we know about this already. Treasure, what was he carrying? Obtaining treasure involves putting yourself in danger. If you're brave, foolish, or lucky, you might get some treasure. That's what it's all about. My friend, this world's filled with dangers. Sometimes I think it might be better to choose your danger rather than sitting around, waiting for it, as I seem to do. Deep. But enough of this philosophical rambling. I am content enough to be Sheriff of Spielburg. Yeah. Adventure. You'll need to talk to the Baron about that, or go ask Wolfgang down at the Guild Hall, which is just down the street. So maybe you're going to be a hero. Well, we could surely use one around here, what with all the brigands. I think we know about those two. And that's his name. Tell us about the Yo-Yo Ogre. Otto is a big help to me. He's very smart for a goon. His prisoners only suffer a few broken bones when he grabs them. It took a bit of doing to teach him to bring prisoners back alive, but he hardly ever forgets now. So he's not actually an ogre. He's a goon, which I think is like some variant. Prisoners. It's simple. When someone breaks the law and we catch them, we hold them prisoner. Okay, I think that's it. And I don't think we can talk to Otto. You get no response. Yeah, he's not a chatter. All right. Well, so I said I was going to roleplay this. Let me just check the time because I'm only going to do this 30 minutes. I said I was going to roleplay this, right? So I have to think about what he would actually be doing. Let's take stock of what we have for a second. So we're carrying 4 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. I think there's... I don't know, actually. Are there 12 silver pieces to a gold piece? I don't know how it works. So this is an old school game, so money actually weighs something. So I don't remember if it's possible to be overburdened, but I am pretty sure it is. I don't know. We've got 5 food rations. Each weighs 0.3 pounds because there's not a... Yeah, because like you can drop stuff and pick stuff up, so I'm wondering, what does that do? Okay. You are now carrying 41 pounds. This is what I was looking for, like an overview of how much I'm carrying. 41 pounds of equipment, supplies, and whatever else you've picked up along the way. All right. You can carry up to 55 pounds of equipment without getting a severe backache. I assume this is relative to my strength. So I can carry 14 more pounds of stuff. Good. All right, food rations, always good to have. I've got a broadsword. That's probably my heaviest thing, 7 pounds. Oh no, that's much more. One leather jerkin that weighs 20 pounds, and then a shield, 12 pounds. So it really is like oh, there actually are responses for this. The leather makes you think kinky thoughts, and you wondered why adventurers dress up this way. Okay, let's see. That wasn't quite what the Surgeon General meant when he suggested you use a shield. Wow, this is pretty racy. Despite your intentions, you feel a calmness and a sense of peace descend upon you as you even consider thoughts of violence. Ah, okay, yeah, that is, I think, because of the spell that Arana cast in Spielburg. So I'm not actually able to use this sword for anything. I'm not going to use a ration because I think he actually will eat it. You check to see if your money's still there. Yep, it is. Okay, let's see if the yo-yo comes over here. It does. All right. So it is midday on day 1. So middle of the day. Let's see if there's anything else to look at over here. But I'd say that Conrad is probably most interested right now, maybe in the inn. But it's not nighttime yet, so maybe he wants to walk around the town until he actually is feeling tired or the day is coming to a close. So I think we're going to save the inn until later. We don't really have a reason to go in there yet. If this is the town water supply, no wonder nobody ever comes here. Can we take some water? No, you can't. How about these? It's an empty jail cell. Fortunately, you're on the outside at the moment. You see the cheery, inviting glow of a hearth fire within the inn. Right. The sign reads, Hero's Tale Inn. Okay. I just thought there was something else here. Some jugs or some bags or something. Okay, nothing. And then over here, not much to look at. Okay. The town gate is standing wide open as it does every day. It is made of sturdy logs. Okay. So yeah, let's go explore while we still have some daylight, because presumably people will go to bed. So yeah, he said the magic shop was just to the left of the inn, and I am curious about that. I do want to buy some spells and see what I can do. She's the only sane person here. At least she's not off her rocker. Good joke. She's really sleeping soundly and doesn't notice your presence. Good. Seems like she's waking up. She's not. She's just sleeping in her chair. I don't even think I can walk. Yeah, I can't even walk up here. I always thought this was weird that I couldn't walk up here. It really annoyed me. And I didn't play the thief at the time, so I didn't know that this was only accessible to the thief. This looks like a nice, neat little house. There is a grandmotherly little old lady rocking on the front porch. I like that they capitalized that too. Like it's a job. But I can't go in. So let's look at the more interesting thing. The eye over the magic shop door seems to be watching you. Hello. No. You've come to the end of the main street. The town wall is to the south, down here. You have an eerie feeling that someone is watching you. Well, it's this eyeball. We're going to go in here, and this is probably where I'm going to have to stop, because, yeah, I might as well just stop here. Okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I'll save it here. Man, I'm rusty with playing games. Magic shop. All right, so yeah, next time we will peruse the magic shop, maybe buy a spell or two, probably spend more money than we should. Then we'll be broke, and we'll have to find a way to earn money. That's always like a good cause for adventure or taking a quest. Yeah, thanks. If you watch this far, congrats, I guess. Like, this is not necessarily that interesting, but this is really more for me to get through the series, have something to do, have something to create. But if you liked this video, thanks for watching. I hope I will see you next time.